Joining match. All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to EML Channel 2, day 2 of finals. Today we're casting Chaos versus Sesquipedalian. I'm joined in the booth today by Rev. Rev, say hi.
Hello, everyone.
And then on cams we have H Penny. I'm not sure if you guys can hear him, but he says hello. Bunch of stuff was, going on last night. Hoping that we can just move past that today. Hopefully. And hopefully we won't get too off schedule.
We can only hope, we can only pray for it. But knowing the nature
Hopefully.
of Echo, nothing starts on time.
Oh yeah. Oh, we know. Oh,
As
we know.
this match was technically supposed to start 10 minutes ago.
8 minutes ago. Thank you.
10 minutes ago? What do you mean?
No. My PC is showing 6:09.
Mine's showing 6:10. Well, 5:10 because, I'm in the superior time zone.
Wait, 6 like 6. Okay, I'm not gonna
No, we're not doing this.
Oh.
Oh, no. Why did I sign up for this cast?
Oh.
Oh, my sake.
Cause you enjoy casting.
I do enjoy casting, but sometimes it takes years off my life.
I mean, you're already like 50 years old, so.
Yeah, you are right. 20 is pretty close to 50.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're like, what is it? Half a century? That's it. Boom. Wait, is that even like the right math? Like, is that the right name for years? Oh,
no,
I apologize.
I don't know.
Linky asking you if you're still up for VR chat tonight.
Absolutely. Anything for Linky. Absolutely. Okay. I sense the judgment.
I am judging. All right, starting off with this neutral joust, we have both teams coming out of the launches, and it looks like it's gonna be Sesquipedalian coming out first with that disc, sending that all the way low over to Moons. Moons now getting some pressure coming in, so he sends that cross low, but that's intercepted by Zuko. Zuko now sending that all the way out, and there is a stack race, but it's gonna be Deathhawk there first. Over to Moons. Moons getting pressured by that stack, so he resets that back over to Epic. Yes. Epic Deathhawk? Right. Okay. Crossover, but it's intercepted by KJ. KJ now sending that all the way down. That stack is there. It's going to be Boogie with the disc. Getting some pressure coming in. Soloing. Cutting over to KJ, and KJ putting in for a 2.
This is the first time we're seeing KJ now for the side of Chaos in this finals run. He was unfortunately absent yesterday for most of the matches, but now he's back. I believe he is part of their quote-unquote main roster, so let's see how much that will affect here. It did show some signs of improvement with this very quick goal, making it 2-0. Let's see if Sesquipedalian can kind of bring this one back, kind of prove what they've been proving this entire finals run, that they're not just an underdog, they're here to play. As this pass goes wide and it's intercepted by Zuko. Zuko passing this one down. Bounce goes a little off. It's now going to be Milky Way picking this one up, clearing it all the way downfield. It bounces wild off the shield. Foot stack is going to be there. It's going to be Sesquipedalian clearing this one out. No, intercepted by KJ. KJ over to Zuko. Zuko now on the floor, passing over to Shinri. Shinri passing back over to Zuko on the shield. It's stolen by Moons. Moons with a clear out through mid. It is a stack race. Who's going to pick this one up? It's Sesquipedalian. No, it's a drop disc. That's unfortunate. It's going to be Deathhawk getting stunned out by Shinri, and Shinri clearing this one out over to KJ. KJ now dancing on the wall, clearing this one out. No, Deathhawk with another interception here. It's going to be picked up by Ghost Duck. Ghost Duck now stunned out by Milky Way. Milky Way with the shot, and Milky Way with the 3. 5-0. It's looking like Chaos is trying to take an early commanding lead here.
Honestly, yeah, they've been pretty dominant this entire season. I've seen them overthrow 200, which was honestly probably one of the biggest moments in EML. But Sesquipedalian, them being them, I'm pretty sure they have a pretty good fighting chance. That's Moons with the disc now sending that crossover, but KJ intercepts it. KJ now walking forward, getting pressure from that stack. Moons on him, looking for a pass, just taking his time. They know that they have the lead. They know that they can wait. Resetting that back all the way over to Milky Way. Milky Way just dancing around in midfield. just walking it up as much as possible before he gets that pressure over on Nest. Crossing that over to KJ. KJ now sending that in, but it is off the head of somebody from Sesquip. Milky Way now with the disc, sending that over to Zuko. Zuko sending that in for a 2, and it's now a 7-point lead.
It seems like Sesquipedalian is making a little too many little small mistakes here and there, little attempted clears bouncing wild off of Geos and just kind of bouncing back into their side. It's unfortunate, but these are the mistakes that you cannot afford to make in a final setting. As the pass from Ghost Duck goes a little wide, Zuko now with the quick 3. It's 10-0 before halfway point of this round. It seems like we're seeing the chaos that we've seen all season long appear right in this critical moment in finals.
Honestly, I think Sesquip's just thinking, we're just giving them the lead that they need before we absolutely dominate. All right, that is Ghost Duck now with the disc, sending that over to Trap. Deathhawk waiting for some pressure to come in. Zuko on them, sends it cross over to Deathhawk. Nope, that's Decay. Decay sending that cross down over to Moons. Moons getting pressured from Zuko, sending that over to Boot. Deathhawk now with the disc, sending that in for a 2, putting their first points on the board.
And that is an answer you need if you're Sesquipedalian right now. Just a quick answer to a 3-point. Unfortunately, it is a 2, so they still have a little bit of ground to make up here with an 8-point deficit. Can Chaos kind of shut their hopes down maybe and see if they can whip out something here? Now, KJ with the disc, passing it all the way low over to Milky Way. Milky Way now passing it back over to Zuko on Bowtie. Zuko juking around this Sesquipedalian stack, now passing it over to Milky Way. Milky Way over to KJ. KJ now in the near side tunnel, figuring out what he wants to do with it. He opts to pass it to Shinri. Shinri now on the ceiling, dancing around, taking his time, passing it all the way back over to KJ. KJ now taking his time as well, figuring out what he wants to do with this disc. There's no pressure from anybody on the side of Sesquipedalian as Moons kind of attempts to pressure out. KJ just backs up nice and slowly taking their time. They're up by 8. They can afford to waste all the time that they want here as Moons now attempts to pressure. It's passed all the way over to Shinri. Shinri now on the boot. Again, taking his time as well, driving into the goal, and it's saved and stolen by Decay and thrown all the way down into the side of Chaos. It's a weird bounce off of Shield, and it's picked up by Ghost Duck, but no, stunned out by KJ. Now Shinri with the pickup, and it's cleared all the way low, passed over to Milky Way. Milky Way now in the valley area, driving in, taking his time, passing it over to Zuko. Zuko now in the bubble on Shield, throwing it in, bottom pocket bounce 2, 12-2, bringing us back to a 10-point lead.
I'm seeing so much fast plays here, but I love that Chaos knows that they can slow it down because they have all the time that they need. Actually, they have ample time, way more. Sorry. All right, Sesquip now coming out of the tunnels. Ghost Duck with the disc, sending that over to right tunnel. Deathhawk now with the disc, getting that pressure from that stack, sending it over to Moons. Moons now dancing around on Nose, sending that all the way through. Over to Ghost Duck. Ghost Duck now trying to send that cross over to Decay, but it bounces weird. Deathhawk picking that disc back up, resetting that all the way over to Moons. Moons now just walking around in the backfield. They need to get a play in soon to get up. That is Deathhawk over to Ghost Duck. Ghost Duck sending it over to Bowtie. Dancing around, just waiting for some pressure. Walking up because he knows he can. Crossing that over to Deathhawk. Deathhawk juking around, but he drops the disc. Ghost Duck picking that back up, though. Sending that all the way over to Moons. Moons now over to Deathhawk, but that is off the head of a Chaos player. Moons Dash picking that back up, dancing around, juking around KJ. Sending that in for another bottom pocket 2. That was absolutely nasty. I feel like that was an even better bottom pocket than the one that Chaos just scored.
I agree with you there. I think Moons was sick and tired of the disc just getting bounced back and forth between him and the bubble, and he just said, you know what? It's my turn. He took it in for that bottom pocket 2. 12-4, another 8-point deficit now. Sesquipedalian does have time, but they need to pick up the pace here. Now as Zuko takes his time, just moving up to Nugget, now over to Diamond, just taking his time. He's not pressured at all. Passing it all the way long. Pass goes wide. It's picked up by a Sesquipedalian stack. Ghost Duck now with the disc on their floor, throwing it high, bouncing off of double. Unfortunate bounce, but it's picked up by Deathhawk. Deathhawk clearing it high yet again, but it's bouncing wild yet again. It's going to be Shinry picking this one up. Shinry opting for the 3, misses off the backboard, unfortunately off the ding ring. Ghost Duck now with the disc, trying to see where his teammates are at. Passes over to Moons. Moons now over to Death. No, that's not Death Hog. That's Decay. The shot goes off of Shield, and it's thrown all the way down. Who's going to be picking this one up? It's anybody's disc right now. It's going to be Ghost Dog picking this one up for Sesquipedalian, juking around on the ceiling, trying to bait out that defender. Moons now with the disc on the sidewall, juking around Zuko and slamming it in. Another 2-pointer, 12-6, 6-point deficit. But Sesquipedalian need to pick this one up if they want to take round 1.
Yeah. Sesquip is what? At most 4 goals away from catching, if not overtaking. But the least that they can do is 2 threes within that 1.5 minute mark. That stack comes in quick, and it's now KJ with the disc. It's looking like they're just playing monkey in the middle right now. Shinry now with the disc, passing that back over to Zuko. Zuko dancing on the ceiling. That stack's gonna be there though. KJ now with the disc, sending that cross back over to Shinry. Shinry just dancing around, waiting for that pressure to come in. They know that they have time, and they know that they're gonna waste it. Zuko crossing that back over, but it's bouncing off of the bow tie. That stack is there. Ghost Duck grabbing that disc, getting pressure coming in, crossing that over, but it is bad. KJ picking that disc back up, but getting sunned out by Deathhawk. Deathhawk resetting that over to Moons. Moons over to Decay. Decay trying to go for a bounce shot 3, but it is missing just a little bit wide. Moons now with the disc, sending it over to Deathhawk. Deathhawk crossing over to Ghost Duck. Ghost Duck trying to go for some sort of shot, but it's off of somebody's head. Decay now with the disc, but it's off the ding ring. Ghost Duck picking that back up, just walking around, trying to put it in, and it's in for a 2. I feel like this round is now iced. It's locked.
That indeed it is. No time whatsoever for Sesquipedalian to mount a comeback here, but kind of shifting the momentum into their favor, maybe trying to carry that one over into round 2. Maybe Chaos kind of answers back, as they did seem to lose a player in KJ just now. And that's going to be round 1, 12-8 in the favor of Chaos.
They did just lose a player. I just realized that. That was like, what, last 30 seconds though?
Like last maybe 20-25 seconds where it just didn't matter anymore.
Yeah. Seeing some good teamwork come out here. I honestly think that it's just the pace of the game. Who knows how to control it better, I guess. You saw Chaos earlier. They knew when to slow it down, and they knew how to get around that. It looks like Chaos has gotten their player back, so now it's still 4s. I want to know the chat's thought on this game. Who do you guys think's gonna win? Who do you think's gonna win, Rev? I feel like you're gonna be biased.
See, this is where I'm gonna shut my mouth. I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to put a caster curse on anybody. I don't want to say my piece and then get flamed for it later. But
actually, I know who's winning finals.
Who is winning finals?
The staff. The staff's winning finals. Everybody forfeits. It's now Dune, Bug, and Orthra all winning. Rev's not included.
That's fine. We're going into the second round here. If I'm Sesquipedalian, I'm trying to see if we can play this exactly like they played Chaos yesterday. That first game, just slow, methodical play there. And see if they can kind of replicate that, because they seem to be a little jittery this first round, in a sense, as Zuko now with the disc, as Chaos won the neutral joust. Zuko on the floor, taking his time, surveying the land, the slow, methodical play that we saw from Chaos just yesterday, as Zuko is wide open for a drive, and it's in for a 2. The defensive collapse there from Sesquipedalian, just letting Zuko walk up. That was crazy to me. I also did see somebody on the goalie, so I feel really bad.
Most Echo players who've played with me, they know that I'm really... I love goalie stunning.
Don't I know it all too well?
Oh, yeah, you do. All right. Moon's dash now with that disc. Stacks are getting up. KJ and Zuko's going to be on that, so he crosses that over to Deathhawk. Deathhawk passing that back over to Moons. Moons sending that low all the way over to Decay, but he gets stunned out. Milky Way picking that disc back up, sending that all the way out. That is in the blue bubble, but blue is gonna be there. Deathhawk now grabbing that, sending that over to Moons, but Moons gets stunned out by Zuko. KJ picking that disc up, sending that over to Milky Way. Milky Way sending it off the ding ring. KJ picks it back up, but he's stunned out. Zuko now with the disc, sending that back over to KJ. KJ waiting for a pass. Back over to Shinri. Shinri crossing low. And that's Milky Way with another 2.
Chaos here is able to just kind of penetrate the bubble defense here for Sesquipedalian, and is able to find every little pass that they can to kind of jumble up this Sesquipedalian bubble defense. Will they be able to counteract this as Sesquipedalian now with the disc? Ghost Duck on the ceiling, passing it over to Moons. Moons now trying to bait out the stack, passing it over to Deathhawk. Deathhawk slow tap over to Ghost Duck. Ghost Duck pressured by 3 members of Chaos. It's passed all the way over to Moons. Moons now back over to Deathhawk, but it's picked up by Ghost Duck instead off the wide bounce. It's gonna be Ghost Duck juking out Shinri here. Moons now losing the disc, and Zuko now with his hands on the disc. Shinri now with the disc, shooting it. Shot goes a little wide off of backboard onto the cone. It's gonna be passed all the way over to Zuko. Zuko now opting to reset it back over to Milky Way on Bowtie. Milky Way passing it low to Shinri. Shinri now backing out a bubble. Surveying his land, seeing his options, seeing how he can penetrate this Sesquipedalian defense. He passes over to Milky Way on the nest. Milky Way juking out, passing it to Zuko on backboard. Zuko juking out, passing back over to Milky Way. And it's in for another 2, 6-0. It's kind of looking like a repeat of first round.
Honestly, I just hope that they don't let Chaos get to 10. I feel like, you know, they'll have a repeat of last round in their mind at least, and it'll just crumble from there. All right, Sesquip now out with the disc. Ghost Duck grabbing that, sending that over to Moons. Moons crossing that back over to Deathhawk. Deathhawk now sending that over to Decay. Decay getting pressured by that stack. Looking for a pass, sending that cross low over to Moons. Moons getting stunned out, but he got enough time to slap that back over to Deathhawk. Deathhawk sending that over to Ghost Duck. Ghost Duck back to Deathhawk. Deathhawk now getting pressured by Shinri. Waiting for a pass, going back over to Ghost Duck. Ghost Duck now walking all the way back, sending that up high over to whoever that was. Deathhawk now with the disc, sending that in for 2.
And answering back quicker than they did in the first round, 6-2, and now just a 4-point deficit. Sesquipedalian has shown themselves as kind of a late game comeback is their style of play here. Just kind of mounting the comeback in the late minutes of the game when no one expects it. Let's see, maybe they could do the same thing here, or maybe they could try and take a commanding lead early here as Zuko gets the pass, cut pass in, and it's in again for another 2-pointer, 8-2. Chaos is trying to do everything to shut down the momentum from Sesquipedalian.
Honestly, I'm seeing a lot of fast stacks coming out from both teams. At this point, it's just who can capitalize on whose mistakes faster and better. I've seen a bunch of people from Sesquip lose the disc so easily. That is Zuko now intercepting that and setting it in for a half court.
And again, those slight little mistakes, just not anticipating the stack being there so quickly, and Chaos answering with a 2 of their own. 11-2, a 9-point deficit, but there's still 5 minutes left in this round. Anything can happen in the game of Echo. That's gonna be Ghost Duck now with this, passing it over to Deathhawk. Deathhawk now passing it over to Moons. Moons now in the valley area, taking his time walking into the trap, passing it high all the way over to Ghost Duck. Ghost Duck now on the ceiling, walking it into the bubble, now on the shoulder, juking around, but it's saved by Milky Way, but it's tapped right back in to Ghost Duck. 11-4, another quick answer from Sesquipedalian.
Okay, I think they definitely heard us in the booth. That was like little to no mistake. Honestly, I think it was just the goalie for that. Okay, Chaos now coming out of those tubes. Zuko passing that all the way over to KJ. KJ waiting for some pressure to come in, walking up all the way over to Tunnel. Pressure's still not coming in yet. Pressure now from that stack, sending that crossover to Shinri. Shinri dancing around on that ceiling, waiting for that pressure to come in from that stack. Once again, looks like it's gonna go cross, but that is intercepted by Moons. Moons getting stunned out, and it's going to be Decay now with the disc, sending that cross low all the way over to Deathhawk. Deathhawk cutting up in for 2. Now It's a 5-point lead.
And that's exactly what you want to see if you're Sesquipedalian. Just that steal, unfortunately, not getting possession in time to maybe shoot the quick three. But again, points are points. It may just be 1 point. But now, with just a 5-point lead here, is Sesquipedalian mounting a comeback as the disc is free, but it's picked up by Milky Way. Milky Way now opting to shoot the long three. Is it in? Off the backboard, the wild bounce off of the ding ring, and it's in 14-6. Again,
That's
a quick answer from
really
Chaos.
I'm seeing so many open goals come in from Chaos. That's where like almost half of their points came in, is just because goal was open and they saw that opportunity and they took it. Alright, Ghostuck now, waiting for more pressure to come in, sending that all the way over to Moons. Moons sending that quick over to Deathhawk before he was stunned. Deathhawk, no stacks up right now. Waiting for more pressure to come in. It looks like he's going to cross that all the way over to Ghostuck. Ghostuck dancing around on the boot, getting pressured by KJ, sending that cross low over to Decay. Decay now, they see that goal is basically covered, going in for a backboard three, but that is saved by Shinri. That was really laggy on my screen. Shinri trying to send that out, but that bounce is weird. It's going to be Decay now with the disc. Decay sending that over to Moons. Moons crossing that all the way over to Ghostuck. Ghostuck getting pressured by KJ, sending that cross low all the way over to Decay. Decay now looks like he's gonna try to go for another three. This is what he does almost every time he's back there. Sending that back over to Ghostuck. Ghostuck trying to go for a backboard, but that's not in. It's off the pyramid. Deathhawk now with the disc, getting pressured by two Chaos members, sending that crossover to Ghostuck. Ghostuck trying to go in for a shoulder shot, but that's not in. It's a little too wide. Stack is going to be there, though. Moons is going to pick that up, sending that all the way over to Ghostuck. Ghostuck now, he sees his teammate, but that barely misses. Deathhawk picking that back up, though, on Ghost. Sending that crossover to Ghostuck. Ghostuck trying to go in for a two, and it's self-goal by Milky Way!
I believe Sesquipedalian was just trying to shoot the three, maybe try and cut the deficit down just a little more, but maybe it was to their detriment. They did score the 2 points off the Milky Way self-goal, but wasting a bunch of time in the process. 14-8. They may or may not have enough time here, but Sesquipedalian has been known to make these late-game comebacks, as I said earlier. See if they maybe can do the same thing as Shinri now with the disc on Chaos' ceiling. It's pressured by the stack of Sesquipedalian. It's a loose disc. Milky Way now picking this one back up. It's stunned out by Ghostuck. Ghostuck now with the disc, shooting the boop shot. Is it in? Oh my goodness! 14-11, and this is exactly what you want to see if you're Sesquipedalian, down 3 with a minute left. This is incredible.
They know that they have the momentum, and they know that they fought so hard to get into finals. They're keeping their spot. They're going to fight as hard as they can, and right now it's working. Looks like Zuko dancing around on that ceiling. They're doing quick passes to try and daze the stacks. That bounce is weird, though. KJ picking that back up all the way over to Milky Way. Milky Way getting pressured by Moons, sending that all the way low. Is that in? Zuko now with the disc, sending it in for a three, and it looks like this round is locked.
And that right there is the nail in the coffin there. Just the slight hope off the mistake of Chaos there. Sesquipedalian was just unable to capitalize and then made a mistake of their own. And now it's over. 17-11 now. Sesquipedalian now opting to headbutt it, but it's KJ with the pickup. KJ putting it in, slow three-pointer, 20-11. Chaos take this game in 2.
That was so saddening to me. A 9-point lead in the final scores. That was crazy. Alright, going over this match, let's see. I'm seeing the most steals come out of Moons, which was really good, but I have seen him drop the disc a lot. Now, team player is definitely Milky Way. Milky Way with 5 assists and 3 saves. That's more assists and saves than anybody else on the board right now. In the lead with points, we have Zuko, and in the lead with stuns, we have Milky Way with 23. Pro Gamer says, I hate you, Bug. 200 just lost round 2. That's not my fault. I sincerely apologize, though. Did they just lose? Did they lose?
Do we have a game? Do we have a round 3 over on channel 1?
I'm feeling like it's a round 3. That's interesting. Wow.
Ooh.
Okay.
Indeed. So round 3 over on channel 1. That's gonna be a sight to see.
Hi, Orthra.
Hello, Orthra.
Orthra's my favorite. I mean, oh my gosh, I played Roblox with Orthra the other day, and he was singing. I'm gonna have to send you that clip. That was, it was crazy. Dude, he was singing, and it was so, something about it. It was just so majestic.
Ah.
All right, I have shut down. Slay Queens, hold up. Okay, we're holding up. Oh, yeah, I know. Orthra said hold up, though. I'm holding. I'm holding. I am holding. Are you holding? I don't think Rev's holding. I don't think. Not the singing bed. I think they're published on my medal somewhere. Let me go. I'm gonna go check that.
Oh no.
The people deserve to see. Let's see.
Lord.
Roblox. Oh, and I made a half chord on Orthra in Rec Room Echo VR. That was so tough of me. That was tough. Yeah, so now we're just waiting for the outcome of that 200 match. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, they are in fact published on my medal. He's a great singer. Such a great singer. Let's see. Yeah, no, he's a great singer. You guys, you just have to be here for it. Let's see. Who are you guys hoping wins the 200 round? It's 200 versus wildcard.
I think most people might say 200, but I'm always a sucker for a little good underdog story. And I do kind of want to maybe see wildcard take this one. So we can see a chaos 200 maybe losers bracket match. That sentence should never be said ever. But maybe it'll be maybe it'll that's the outcome that may happen maybe.
Yeah. Orthra just said send me the link. I actually just pinged Orthra with both of the links to the metal clips in Yap chat. One of them's him singing, and then the other one's just him going, "Oh!" because he killed somebody on Roblox. I can hear you typing. That's unsettling. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. No, guys, I'm schizophrenic. Talking to a door.
A door.
Speaking of doors, door.
Door.
Door? Like door. Like,
oh Lord.
Like what kind of door? But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching Channel 2. I believe this is the last casted match on Channel 2, like, almost ever. So the rest of the matches tonight will be casted on Channel 1. You will be seeing me, Mountainous, and Rev, along with Dano McFabulous. Hope to see you guys there.
And me at 7:30.
No, not you.
Oh. Well, I will be there. I will be actually casting at the 7:30 match, and then yeah, your next one at 6:45 will be Dano and Cams, and then yes, it will be Azalea, Mountains, and Rev.
Are we done?
No.
Am I out? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh. I was about to say something. Never mind.
My
but yeah, apologies.
This is our last match on Channel 2. Head over to Channel 1. Go watch the outcome of the 200 wildcard match, and yeah. I love Echo Arena.
It's game on! started.